Last Sunday, we completed the study of Shankara's introduction to his commentary on the Gita. From today onwards, we shall begin the study of the text of the Bhagavad Gita, beginning from chapter 1. It is very interesting that it is a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. How did we get it? There is a third character, namely Sanjaya, who was a minister of the Kauravas, of Dhritarashtra, the blind emperor. And so, Bhagavan Sri Krishna gave a special blessing to Sanjaya, that though he will be sitting in the palace with the emperor, he will be seeing and hearing what will be going on in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So Sanjaya is reporting what all were happening in Kurukshetra to the emperor, who were anxious to know what was going on. And so you find this first chapter beginning with this particular statement by Dhritarashtra Vacha. Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya. First verse. Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Namaka Pandavaschaiva Kimagurvata Sanjaya. Hey Sanjaya, what did those people do in the Dharmakshetra, Kurukshetra? Who are they? Samaveta Yuyutsavaha, gathered there with a view to fight a battle. Who are they? Mamaka Pandavaschaiva, my people, Duryodhana and others. The other people, Yudhishthira and other Pandavas. What did they do there? Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre. Kurukshetra is a town about 105 miles from Delhi. A very ancient place. Even at the time of the Gita, it was a very ancient place, considered to be a very holy place, Dharmakshetra. Even today, millions of people gather there during special holy occasions, take a bath in the lakes that are there. Today there is a university, it is developing in a big city, that is Kurukshetra, which is Dharmakshetra, a place of Dharma, a very holy place. In that Kurukshetra, these two people, my children and their people, as well as Yudhishthira and his people, they gathered there to fight this battle of Kurukshetra. So, what did they do gathering there is the question Dhritarashtra is asking his minister Sanjaya. Sanjaya Uvacha. Now Sanjaya is reporting. Drishtvata Pandavanekam Vyudham Duryodhanastatha Acharyam Upasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit. When King Duryodhana, that is Dhritarashtra's son, having seen the Pandava forces in battle array, approached his teacher Drona. Drona was the teacher of archery, both of the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Highly respected teacher, just like Bhishma. These are the two highly respected people in the Mahabharata war. And spoke these words to Drona. Duryodhana spoke these words. What did he say? Pashyetam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamum Yudham Drupadaputrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. Behold, O teacher, this mighty army of the sons of Pandu, arrayed by the son of Drupada, thy gifted pupil. Drupada's son was the gifted pupil of Drona himself, that is Drishtadyumna. Says, Atra Shura, then details are given. atra shura maheshwasa bhimarjuna samayuthi yudhano viradascha drupadaschya maharatha prushtaketuschegitanaha kachirajascha viryavan purujit kunti bhojascha shaibhyascha narapungavah yudhamanyascha vikranta uttamaujascha viryavan saubhadro draupadeyascha sarva eva maharathaha. Here are heroes, mighty archers, equals in battle of Bhima and Arjuna, the great warriors, Yuyudhana, Virata, Drupada, the valiant Drishtaketu, Chekitana, king of Kashi, Benares, considered to be good archers and good fighters from the Upanishadic times and Buddha's time. Best of men, Purujit, Kunti Bhoja, and Shaivya, powerful Yudhamanyu, and the brave Uttamaujas, son of Subhadra, and the sons of Draupadi, lords of great chariots. All these he pointed out to his teacher Drona. Asmakam tu vishishtashite tan nibodha dujottama. Till now I showed you the army of the Pandavas. Now let me tell you our own army that is under us. Nayaka mamata sainyasya Tajñartham tan bravimite. I shall tell you by name some of the outstanding heroes on our side. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Kripascha Samitinjayaha Ashwathama Vigarnascha Saumadattir Jayadritaha. First of all, you are there, Drona himself. Then Bhishma, Karna. Karna is the first son of Kunti, elder brother of Yudhishthira and all the Pandavas, but they didn't know. That was a mystery. So Karna joined the Kaurava party. Kripa, victorious in war. Ashwathama, Vikarna, Jayadratha, son of Somadatta. Similarly, Anyecha Bhavashuraha, Madarthe Tyakta Jivitaha, Nana Shastra Praharanaha, Sarve Yuddha Vishardaha, and many other heroes also, well skilled in fight, armed with many kinds of weapons, are here, determined to lay down their lives for my sake, says Duryodhana. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishmabhirakshitam paryaptam tudametayasham balam bhimabhirakshitam. This our army, defended by Bhishma, is impossible to be counted, is innumerable, 4 divisions more than the Pandava army. But that army of theirs, defended by Bhima, is easy to number, is less. Ayanechu sarveshu yatha bhagam avasthitaha Bhishmameva abhirakshantu bhavantas sarva eva hi. Now, do this. Be stationed in your proper places in the divisions of the army and support and protect Bhishma alone. Support Bhishma alone. Bhishma is our most important person. Anything happens to him will be very bad for us. So see that Bhishma is properly protected. Tasya sanjayanan harsham kuruvriddha pitamaha simanadam vinadyochaihi shangham dadmau pratavavan. That powerful oldest of the Gurus, namely Bhishma, the grandsire, in order to cheer Duryodhana, now sounded aloud a lion roar and blew his conch, just to cheer up Duryodhana. Bhishma took a vow not to claim the throne for himself, though he was meant to be the king at the time, in order to please Satyavati and her son to become the prince. So Bhishma became a brahmachari throughout his life. He is a man of vow. So many times they told him in difficult situation, now you take up the throne. No, I don't want power. I don't want power. So Bhishma is considered to be a man of tremendous willpower, tremendous courage, and tremendous wisdom. In the Mahabharata, at the end of the war, He was lying wounded. For several days he was in that condition because he won't die till the sun goes northwards. That was January 14th or so. So he was lying. Krishna and all the Pandavas went there. Krishna asked him to instruct these people, and that wonderful instruction comes to you in the Shanti Parva of the Mahabharata, series of discourses on politics and spirituality. It's a wonderful teaching. You get it in cassettes in the mission, in the Mutt bookstall there. The Bhishma's discourses in the Shanti Parva of the Mahabharata. That is the Bhishma now facing the battle. After some time, he will die in the battle. But as I said, he won't die. He will live on till the particular Uttarayana begins. Sun goes northwards. Then his cremation takes place. After that, that is described in a big way in the Mahabharata. And from that you will find exactly what we do today was done at that time also. When Indira Gandhi died, we had a wonderful cremation in Delhi. Same thing you will find almost a repetition of what happened in the Mahabharata war time. Tata Shankascha Bheryascha Panavanaka Gomukhaha Sahasaiva Abhyanyanta Sashabdas Tumilo Abhavat. Soon as Bhishma blew his conch, all others started, all the various instruments sounding, just to create that tremendous kind of energizing the army. Following Bhishma, conches, kettle drums, tabors, trumpets, cow horns blared forth suddenly from the Kaurava side, and the noise was tremendous. Tatas Shvetair Hayai Yukte Mahatis Yandine Sthitau Madhava Pandavascheva Divyau Shankau Pradatmatuhu. Then Madhava, that is Krishna, and Pandava, Arjuna, stationed in their magnificent chariot, yoked with white horses, blew their divine conches with a furious noise. Ananta Vijayam Raja Kuntiputro Yudhishthiraha Nagala Sahadevascha Sughosha Manipushpagao. King Yudhishthira, son of Kunti, blew the conch named Ananta Vijaya, and Nagula and Sahadeva, their Sughosha and Manipushpaga conches. Kashyascha Parameshwasaha Chighandicha Maharataha Drishtadyumno Viratascha Satygascha Aparajitaha. The expert bowman, the king of Kashi. Traditionally, king of Kashi was known as expert in battle. And the great warrior Chikhandi, Drishtadyumna, and Virata, the unconquered Satyaki. Drupadascha, Draupadeyascha, Drupado Draupadeyascha, Sarvasha Prithivipate, Saubhadrascha Mahabahu, Shankhan Pradmu, Prithak Dadmu. O Lord of the earth, Drupada and the sons of Draupadi, and the mighty armed son of Subhadra, all blew each his own conch. Saghosho Dhatrashtranam Hridayani Vedarayat Nabhascha Prithivim Chaiva Tumulo Abhi Anunadayan. That sound, terrific noise, the sounding throughout the heaven and earth, rent the hearts of Dhritarashtra's party because of its tremendous efficacy. Atha Vyavasthitan Drishtva Dhartarashtran Kabidhvajaha Pravarte Shastra Sampate Dhanarudyamma Pandavaha Rishikesham Tadavakyam Idamaha Mahipate. Now begins Arjuna and Krishna coming into the picture. Then, O Lord of Earth, seeing Dhritarashtra's party standing marshaled and the shooting about to begin, that Pandava, whose ensign is the monkey, that is Hanuman, on the flag of Arjuna. So Arjuna, raising his bow, said the following words to Krishna, who was his charioteer. Krishna's function was merely as the charioteer of Arjuna. He never took part in the battle. Arjuna Uvacha, Arjuna said, Senayor Bhayor Madhye Ratham Sthapaya Me Achyuta Yavadetan Niriksheham Yodhugaman Avastitan Kairmaya Sahayodhavyam Asmin Ranasamudyame. Arjuna said, please place my chariot, O Krishna, between the two armies, that I may see those who stand here prepared for war. On this eve of battle, let me know with whom I have to fight. Yotsyamanaan aveksheham ya etetas samagataha dhatarashtrasya durbuddhehe yuddhe priya chikirsavaha. For I desire to observe those who are assembled here for fight, wishing to please the evil-minded Duryodhana by taking his side on this battlefield. Sandhya Uvacha. Narration continues. Eva mukto Rishikesho Gudakeshena Bharata Senayor Bhayor Madhye Thapayatva Rathottamam Bhishmadrona Pramukataha Sarveshancha Mahikshitam Uvacha Partha Pashyetan Samapetan Kuru Niti. Sanjaya said, commanded thus by Gudakesha, that is Arjuna, Rishikesha, namely Krishna, O Bharata, drove that grandest of chariots to a place between the two armies, facing Bhishma, Drona, and all the rulers of the earth, and then spoke thus to Arjuna. Behold, Arjuna, all the Kurus gathered together. Tatra pasyat sthitan partha pitrunatha pitamahan acharyan matulan bhratrun putran pautran sakhimstatha shashuran surdashcheva senayor bhayorapi. Then saw Arjuna stationed there in front of him in both the armies. Who are they? Grandfathers, fathers-in-law, uncles, brothers, cousins, his own and their sons and grandsons, and comrades and teachers, and other friends as well. That is the critical moment of the whole situation. Tan samikshya sakaunteyaha sarvan bandhun avasthitan kripaya parayavishto vishidannidam abravit. Then he, the son of Kunti, seeing all those kinsmen stationed in their ranks, spoke thus with sorrow, filled with deep compassion. In many battles, especially civil war, you are fighting with your own people. The American Civil War, how many people fought against one's own kinsmen or friends on the other side? That's the nature of all civil war. And this was more than a civil war. It's a family war. Same family, Kuru, the Pandavas, all their comrades joining together. And his own teachers are there. So now comes the very tragic situation facing Arjuna. And Arjuna is giving expression to his great grief. This chapter is called the Yoga of the Grief of Arjuna. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Vishada is grief. That also is a yoga, because out of that grief comes great developments. You begin to think, you begin to discriminate, you ask for advice, you want some philosophy to guide you. So it is also called a yoga. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Arjuna Uvacha. Drishtvaemam swajanam Krishna vyutsum samupasthitam sidanti mama gatrani mukhancha parishusyati. Seeing, O Krishna, these my kinsmen gathered here, eager for fight, my limbs fail me, my mouth is parched up. He says, Vebutascha sharire me, Roma harshascha jayate, Gandivam sramsate hastat, Tvakchaiva paridakhyate. I shiver all over my body. My hair stands on end. The bow Gandiva slipped from my hands, and my skin burns. Arjuna is in a very difficult situation, highly, worked up in his nerves. Nacha shaktum avasthatam brahmativa me manaha nimittani cha pashyani viparitani Keshava. Neither, O Keshava, can I stand upright? Keshava is another name of Krishna. My mind is in a whirl, and I see adverse omens as well. A very picturesque description of a very nervous condition. When you are confused, when you are full of fear, full of tension, very beautifully pictured here in these verses. Nata shreyos anupashyami hatva swajanamahave nakamkshe vijayam krishna acharajyam sukhanicha. Neither do I see any good, O Krishna, in killing these my own people in battle. I desire neither victory, nor empire, nor yet pleasure. Kim no rajyena govinda, kim bhogair jivitena va, yeshamarthe kamshitam no, rajyam bhogaha sukhanicha. Of what avail is dominion to us? Of what avail are pleasures and even life, if these, O Govinda, for whose sake it is desired that empire, enjoyment and pleasure should be ours, themselves stand here in battle, having renounced life and wealth. Who are they? Teachers, uncles, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers-in-law, grandsons, brothers-in-law, besides the other kinsmen. Naime avasthita yuddhe pranam stektva dhanani cha acharya pitara putra tathaiva cha pitamaha matula shushara pautraha shala sambandhinas tatha. All these details are mentioned in these 3 verses. So Arjuna is in a very difficult condition. The remaining verses are going to tell us the deeper crisis into which Arjuna entered that time. Etanna hantumichhami gnatopi atusudana apitrailokya rajyasya heto kimnu mahikrite. Even though these were to kill me, O slayer of Madhu, that is Krishna, I could not wish to kill them, not even for the sake of dominion over the 3 worlds. How much less for the sake of this earth? Arjuna is now in a definite mood to withdraw from battle because of these emotional considerations. Nihatya dhratarashtra naha ka pritisya janardana papameva ashrayed asmat hatvetan atatayinaha. What pleasure indeed could be ours, O Krishna, from killing these sons of Dhritarashtra? Sin only could take hold of us by the slaying of these felons. They are certainly felons. They have done so many evil. They have tried to burn away all the Pandavas at one time. In spite of that, I don't find any fun, any benefit in engaging in this war. Tasman narha vayam hantum dhartarashtran subandhavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukinasyama nathava. Therefore, we ought not to kill our kindred, the sons of Dhritarashtra. How could we, O Krishna, gain happiness by the slaying of our own kinsmen? Yadyapyetena pashyanti lopho apahata chetasaha kulakshaya kritam dosham mitradrohe cha patakam katham na jnayam asmabhi papatasma nivartitum kulakshaya kritam dosham prapashyadbhir janardana. Though these Kauravas assembled in front of me, they do not understand, because of their overpowering greed, this truth of the evil coming from this battle, which will lead to the decay of society, breakup of family, so many widows, so many orphans. All these evils come from war. They do not know these consequences, but we know. And since we know it, why should we proceed in this matter? No sin in hostility to friends. Why should we, O Janardana, who see clearly that evil due to the decay of families and societies, not turn away from this sin? It is our responsibility. We know better. They don't know. Kulakshaye pranashyanti kuladharma sanatanaha dharme nashte kulam krishnam adharmo abhivavatyuta. On the decay of the family, the memorial religious rites of that family die out. The culture enshrined in the family dies out. On the destruction of spirituality, impiety further overwhelms the whole of the family. Evils coming from war. We are able to realize, giving reasons for his desire to withdraw from the battle ahead. And so he says again, Adharma bhivavat Krishna pradushyanti kulastriyah strishu dushtasu varshneya jayate varna sankaraha. Whenever there is a big war, how many widows and orphans are created thereby? On the prevalence of impiety, and dharma goes away, the women of the family become corrupt because of this terrible situation. And when anything happens to our women, the whole society suffers. There will be lot of corruption in society. Sankaro narakayaiva kulajnanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro hyesham luptapindodaka kriyaha. Admixture of various castes and communities indeed is for the hell of the family and the destroyers of the family. Their ancestors fall, deprived the offerings of rice, ball and water. What we do in funeral, those who are dead, parents, etc., we honor them. That's called the funeral ceremony. So in every society there is this ceremony, we call it Shraddha in the Indian tradition. So all this becomes difficult, and therefore there will be thorough kind of confusion in society. Doshairetai kritagnanam varnasankara karakaihi utsadyante jadhyadharma kuladharmascha shashvataha. By these misdeeds of the destroyers of the family, bringing about confusion in society, class and caste, etc., the memorial religious rights of the caste and the family get destroyed. Utsanna kuladharmanam manushyanam janardana narake niyatam vaso avatiti anushruma. We have heard, O Krishna, that inevitable is the dwelling in hell of those men in whose families religious practices have been destroyed. Aho vata mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yad rajya sughalobhena hantum sujanam udyataha. Alas, we are involved in a great sin, in that we are prepared to slay our kinsmen from greed of the pleasures of a kingdom. Therefore, yadimam apratekaram ashastram shastrapanayah dhartarashtra rane hanyu tanme kshemataram bhavet. Arjuna is now definitely giving his final verdict on the situation to Krishna. If the sons of Dhritarashtra, that means the Kauravas, with weapons in hand, were to kill me, unresisting, unarmed, in the battle, that would be better for me. Perfect non-violence, Arjuna wants to adopt. A very critical situation, war is about to begin. Arjuna had prepared himself for it. He wanted it. And yet, at this critical moment, Arjuna withdraws, giving ultimatum of that withdrawal to Krishna, because he is so overwhelmed by sorrow, by dejection. What did Krishna say? Krishna will tell in the second chapter the answer to all these sayings of Arjuna. But here Sanjaya reports, finally, Eva muktva Arjuna sankhe yathopastha upavishat visrujya sacharam chapam shoka samvikna manasaha. Speaking thus in the midst of the battlefield, Arjuna, casting away his bow and arrows, sank down on the seat of his chariot. The word is very picturesque. Sank down on the seat of his chariot, with his mind distressed with grief and sorrow. Delusion, grief, sorrow. This is how the first chapter ends, with a picture of Arjuna in that critical situation, in the midst of the battle, about to begin. He withdraws. I don't want. And he gives very good arguments of kindness, compassion, and non-violence, far superior to non-violence. Several people ask this question. That will be discussed later on when we enter the second chapter. Was not Arjuna superior to all the other people in that battlefield? He spoke of non-violence. Non-violence is a great virtue, but as Krishna will say later on, it is not a virtue everywhere. Non-violence must be of a strong variety, a bold variety, a positive variety. This kind of teaching will come from Krishna to Arjuna later on, to remove from him this dejection that has come. It is a nervous breakdown, as it were, in the case of Arjuna. The body is shivering, mind is whirling. What is all this? Real virtue is a virtue based on strength, based on fearlessness. This is not virtue. Something has happened to the human mind. It has become unnerved, as it were. A bold, courageous man like Arjuna, behaving like a coward here. Now, this is how Krishna will view Arjuna's situation, full of sympathy for him, but not accepting his arguments. That is how first chapter ends, and we enter the second chapter next time, next Sunday when we meet here. Here, the chapter ends by saying, Iti Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Prathamodhyayaha. Thus, the first chapter, entitled Arjuna Vishada Yoga, the yoga of Arjuna's grief, well portrayed in this chapter. We shall meet again next Sunday to begin the second chapter. We'll spend a minute in silence, and then I will recite a verse to end the program.